Well, guys, we are more than halfway through the year, and the compliment gods have spoken, and I have listened. The top most complimented fragrances so far in 2024. Let's get it. What's going on, guys? It's the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. Of course, we're going to talk about some fragrances on this channel. Listen to the name, Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I'm actually wearing a bow tie today. That's crazy. I haven't worn one in a while. Anyway, I'm going to talk one day about my name and the symbolism behind that. But anyway, if you're into fashion and fragrance and looking good and smelling great, you found the right channel. Hit subscribe, man. And don't forget to enable notifications by hitting that bell icon as well. So that way, when I upload a new video, you'll get notified. On today, guys, ladies and gentlemen, whoever may be listening, we're going to be talking about the fragrances so far in 2024 that have gotten me the most compliments. Now, with that being said, some of these fragrances have been once or twice here and there. Some of them there have been a lot more, but that's what the video is all about. So if you want to see the 10 that have gotten me the most compliments so far this year, then you know the routine. Keep it locked right here. Let's get it. Cheers. Anyway, let's get it.
The Bowtie Fragrance Guy.
All right, guys, we're back. Thank you so much for keeping it locked in. Don't want to waste any time, man. Let's just jump right into it. The first fragrance I'm going to do is an honorable mention. Again, I mentioned this last week, as some of you know, some of you don't know. I did 5 fragrances in collaboration with a company called Navitus Parfums. It's been about 2-3 years ago now. And this one always seems to be an extreme crowd pleaser when I wear it. I don't put my fragrances on the top 10, as you guys know. But this one, man, Eau Debonair. It's a stunner. It's an absolute stunner. Eau Debonair, you have petitgrain, orange blossom. There's some lavender in this fragrance as well, some ambroxan, musk. It's just an amazing fragrance. And I think the thing that's so compelling about this fragrance is it's so fresh. The florals in here are so fresh and so clean. That always, to me, is something that draws people in, especially if you are dressed the part. A fresh, clean fragrance, nice, nice cut, nice tailored suit, can't go wrong. But this one is a highly complimented fragrance for me of my collection. So if you guys don't have this yet, check it out. This is called Eau Debonair. All right, guys, another fragrance that's right outside the top 10 from Louis Vuitton. This is Pacific Chill. This thing gets some compliments. It gets a lot of compliments, but there's obviously some that get more. Mint, basil, fig, dates. I love that play on the freshness of that mint in there with those really sweet, warm notes like the tonka, the fig, the dates and stuff like that. It's an amazing fragrance, seriously. When I talk about this fragrance, it's hard for me not to mention the fact that it smells so much like Luxuriance from Cartier. They're both in green bottles too, go figure. Some of the same notes. But anyway, this is definitely a fragrance that gets a lot of positive attention when I wear it. This is called Pacific Chill from Louis Vuitton. Now on the 10th spot, this fragrance comes from the House of Frappin. A brand or a house, if you want to say, that nobody really talks a lot about anymore nowadays, but this is a really good one, 1270 Extreme. 1270 Extreme, and what you get in this one is apple, pineapple, tonka, vanilla, so really fruity fragrance, kind of warm, resinous, sweet fragrance when it dries down. Love the tonka and hear that vanilla tonka combination, how it plays with that really fruity opening. Starts to give you those thoughts and evoke those feelings about warm, sweet apple pie, something along those lines. But I recall several times very distinct situations wearing this fragrance and getting compliments. It's not a huge projector, but it's one that the sillage is really good when you walk by people. Well, in my experience, at least, it gets me noticed. So in the 10th spot, This is from the brand of Frappin. This is 1270 Extreme. And of course, you guys know we couldn't get too much farther in the list without having a fragrance from this particular brand on the list. And this is from the brand of Louis Vuitton. This is City of Stars. City of Stars, lime, mandarin orange, tiare flower, very powdery, maybe some violet leaves here, maybe some iris, I'm pretty sure. This is, man, it is so good. Again, most of these fragrances that I have in my collection that are from this particular brand that Louis Vuitton makes, they are made for compliments. That's been my experience. This one is really, really good. If you like those more powdery fragrances, this is one. So you need to get your nose on, man. In a nice spot, so far, most complimented 2024 from Louis Vuitton, City of Stars. The next fragrance has had a resurgence in my collection, my interest in it, and the whole nine. I've worn it several times since it's been hot outside. Each time I've gotten a compliment on it. From the brand of Bond No. 9, Wall Street. Wall Street, and what you get with Wall Street, man, cucumber, lavender, seaweed, musk. That cucumber seaweed thing is kind of off-putting for some people. I've had times in my experience with this fragrance where it's been a little off-putting to me as well, but I'm gonna tell you the magic with this one: spray the clothes. Spray the clothes. That cucumber seaweed thing is the notes, in my opinion, that kind of throws people off a little bit on the skin sometimes because that cucumber is too watery. But on clothes, I'm just telling you guys, this thing has been absolute magic. Absolute magic, seriously. It is supposed to smell like money, and when you think about it from that standpoint and you put it on clothes, you smell like money, seriously. And again, I've gotten a lot of compliments on this this summer, springtime. So check it out from the brand Bond No. 9, Wall Street. All right, guys, the next fragrance up on the list, I was wearing this fragrance the earlier part of the year when it was still cold, January, February, kind of into March time frame. And man, this thing really works. From the brand of Mind Games. This is French Defense. French Defense. This is that black cherry, rose, amber fragrance, a little bit of cedarwood as well. Just listen, cherry is one of those notes that is very popular in perfumery right now. Most brands are coming out with their own version of a cherry fragrance. Thank you, in my opinion, to Tom Ford's Lost Cherry, which was a big, hit for the brand of Tom Ford. But this is Mind Games cherry fragrance, black cherry, and it's so good, just so seductive, man. It smells absolutely amazing. Really, what it is about is the cherry and the amber. Those are the two primary notes here, and it smells phenomenal. Obviously, other people think it smells phenomenal on me. That's why it's been one of my most complimented fragrances so far this year. From the brand of Mind Games, French Defense. All right, guys, next up we have a fragrance from the brand of Steppenhumber Lucas. You know what this is? Yep, you got it right. This is called God of Fire. God of Fire. And what you get with this fragrance right here, man, of course, is that juicy mango. In the top is ginger, musk, slightly ambery dry down. With this, it's one of those fragrances. I mean, when you put your nose to it, that mango, man, it's like a creamy mango fragrance. That's the best way for me to describe what you are gonna get with this fragrance. And it just, you can tell, man, seriously, if you put your nose to it, you can tell that it's one of those fragrances that a lot of people would probably gravitate towards when you wear it. It just smells great, and that's really all I can say about it. Definitely one that is very, compelling, makes people want to inquire about it, attractive, that kind of stuff. So check it out from the brand of Steppenhumber Lucas. This is God of Fire. All right, guys, this next fragrance may come as a surprise to some of you, but for me, it has always worked. This fragrance pairs perfectly with a nicely tailored suit. From the brand of Amouage, Beut Man. This is Beut Man, and what you get here is vetiver, mint, galbanum, oak moss. Very masculine, fresh, minty opening. Got earthy green elements as well. This thing's, oh man, this is so good. And I get a lot of compliments when I wear it. It really projects really well off of my skin. Beut Man, obviously that helps contribute to someone maybe complimenting you sometimes when they can smell you, and they don't even have to get that close in your vicinity. So one of my favorites from the brand, man. This has moved way up on my list. in my collection of unwashed fragrances. Not because it gets compliments, but I just love the fragrance. So check it out. One of my most complimented so far this year, Beut Man. All right, guys, the next fragrance on the list, not at all surprised this fragrance has garnered some compliments from the brand of Creed. This is absoluaventus. Absoluaventus. And of course, what you get with this one is black currant, cinnamon, pink pepper. There's some patchouli in here, if I'm not mistaken. And best way to describe it, it smells like, to me, OG Aventus with some Dior Sauvage elixir. That's kind of sort of what it smells like. So with that combination, I'm not surprised at all that this fragrance was highly complimented when I wore this stuff. I really enjoy this, man. I think it's definitely super expensive for what you're getting. I wish this was at least a 3.3 ounce bottle for $500+. But now it's probably on the gray market. You can pick it up, and definitely if you can find this in that $250, $300 range, to me it's definitely worth it. I love the stuff. Glad to have it in the collection. Is a compliment puller from the brand of Creed, absoluaventus. All right, guys, this next fragrance comes from the brand of Bottega Victorious. This is Green Sapphire. Green Sapphire, raspberry, pine, violet, cedarwood, saffron. Oh my gosh. This is one you just gotta smell it. You have to wear this one. Matter of fact, you don't have to just smell it, you have to wear this one and understand how good it is. Because I always say this, I think it's a fragrance when you just smell it from here, most people probably wouldn't be wowed by it, but it's an experience, man. And people are drawn to this scent. It's masculine, it's woody. I love the raspberry pine thing in here. Just a magical fragrance, seriously. And other people obviously seem to think so, at least when this guy wears it. It is an amazing scent, seriously, and I just encourage people to get a sample of this and check it out. You gotta wear this one. From the brand of Bottega Victorious, one of my most complimented so far this year, Green Sapphire. In the number 2 spot, this has come as no surprise to anybody, man. We're going back to Louis Vuitton. Imagination. This bottle is probably, it's got a nice dent in it. What we get here, man, bergamot, neroli, tea, cinnamon. I've talked about it a lot. No surprise here. It pulls compliments better than almost any other fragrance in my collection, obviously. So just sample it. I've talked about it a lot. Imagination, Louis Vuitton. And I already know you guys know what number 1 is. But man, I've only had it for 3 weeks and it's already the number 1 complimented fragrance so far this year. Lovers by Louis Vuitton. Lovers by Louis Vuitton. And really what you get with this one, man, you get some sandalwood and cedarwood with some galbanum and ginger. It's that simple. But man, I'm still in awe every time I think about how crazy it's been as it pertains to compliments with this fragrance. How crazy it has been. It's still, because I've worn it since I did my last video about this, I've worn it one more day, got compliments that day. So still, it stands as the only day that I wore this and did not get a compliment was the first day I wore it when I went to dinner with the missus. Other than that, every day I've worn this, multiple compliments. It is what it is. Could be my skin chemistry. I don't know if it's gonna do the same thing for anybody else. I'm not making any claims. I'm just telling you guys what has happened and what my experience has been so far. And it's hard to imagine anything would overtake this as we go into the latter part of the year. But my number 1 most complimented fragrance so far this year is Lovers by Louis Vuitton. But that is it, guys. That's my time, man. I hope you enjoyed this video today as I gave you what has been my most complimented fragrances so far in 2024. Well, some fragrances that have been pulling you guys some compliments as well. I would love to hear from you down in the comment section. Now, as always, I sincerely appreciate your time. I appreciate your attention to these videos. I know you guys don't have to watch, but you do, and I sincerely appreciate that. Now, don't forget to take a few moments and like, comment, and subscribe, and make sure you are sharing these videos out to some other folks out there that you think could use the information or may even find it to be a little bit entertaining. Because I'm your guy, Darian. I'm the Bowtie Fragrance Guy. I love looking good. What else? Love to smell amazing. So until next time, keep looking good, keep smelling even better. I'll catch you on the flip side.